All right, our next, we're going to move to new business, RBEA Board of Education discussions. So do we have a motion up on this?
This was a board member's request for an agenda item.
So do we have a motion on
It's a
that?
yellow walk-in packet that each board member has.
So is there a motion?
Want me to make the motion?
Sure.
Resolved that the Board of Education, Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois, hereby agrees to accept the RBA negotiation team's request that the full 7-member Board of Education meet with the full 14-member RBA Executive Board in an effort to continue discussions concerning the current collective bargaining agreement, and that the Board of Education negotiating team and superintendent are directed to notify the RBA negotiating team on March 14, 2012, and if the RBA Executive Board remains willing to meet with the full Board of Education, schedule a meeting at the earliest possible date that the full Board of Education and RBA Executive Board are available.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Laura Ruskin. Okay.
Well, I was the one who asked to make the motion, so I will tell you why. And I don't think we should discuss any specific terms that were talked to between us and the union, as we said we wouldn't. But I think that the RBA made a reasonable request. They asked if the whole board would meet with the whole RBA Executive Board, and I just think it would, if anything, help. I don't know if it's going to get us any closer or necessarily accomplish anything, but I know by not doing it, we shut the door on further discussions. So I think it's very important that we make the offer and meet with the board if they're still willing to do it, and see if there's still any kind of common ground we can reach with the current agreement, rather than wait till a year from now and start negotiating, or whatever we start negotiating in terms of the next agreement.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think we as a board need to be open to different ideas and different models, and I think we as a board need to be flexible and agreeable. If we have been asked to meet with the union, then I think we need to be amenable to some of these, these requests. And if we don't, I don't think we can have an expectation that we're going to move forward if we're going to draw a line in the sand now. So I think it's important that we have these discussions. I'm glad that it was brought out here so that in public people can see that there's difference of opinions and there's tensions, and that there are people who are willing to be open to some new ideas.
Any other things?
I totally believe we got to keep the lines of communication open to our RBEA. Keep them on the phone, but what bothers me is or what I'd like to see are the terms of our communication, what's proposed, what are the ground rules, and what are the protocols for this invitation. Right now, all I know is there's an invitation out there. So I'd like to see a little bit of not embellishment, but description of the invitation and the meeting. Is that reasonable?
But Dan, if we say we don't want to talk to you.
I didn't say that.
But I'm just saying.
I said I do want to talk to you.
But if we were to vote today no, then why would anybody come forward and give us these terms? But if we say we're willing to do that, now can we have more, then we would probably be more likely to get those things that you articulated.
All right.
All right.
Usually an invitation goes out and says, this is the band, this is the caterer, this is what we expect to get out of this, and I hope you have a good time. I would like to see this invitation with a good description of what we as two bodies of pretty intelligent people want to get out of the meeting. The only thing I have as a board member is a secondhand invitation to come together. And I don't want to see this as a footloose free-for-all. I want to see this as a very productive meeting between our two groups.
Any other discussion?
I want to say,
sorry.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the comments from Laura and Tim and Dan.
Dan.
I think we discussed this matter extensively and gave it all of our input. From that standpoint, probably no one has any more discussion anyway. I want to call the question on this motion.
Okay. So we have a motion to call the question. All right, so Mary Ann,
I'll
do I have a
second.
seconded by Mike Welch? And if you can go for the vote,
Are we voting?
to call the question, to end this discussion.
Mr. Richland?
It's Robert's rules.
No.
Yes, you can. Robert's Rules of Order says you can.
Ms. Ruska?
Is the vote?
To close discussion on this and go to the vote,
Okay, no.
okay?
Dr. King?
That was the question?
The
I thought
question-
the question was to vote on the,
I'm
No.
closing.
Closing it,
oh,
any...
then yes, I'm sorry.
So Mr. Gritchen's yes, Ms. Ruska is no.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Moon?
Yes.
Mr. Walsh?
I'll abstain.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Cindy?
Yes, what's the vote?
5 yeas, 1 abstain, and 1 no.
All right, then go for the vote now.
Okay, Mr. Welch?
This is the,
To vote
The
to have the
motion.
meeting.
no.
Mr. Gritchen?
No.
Ms. Ruska?
Yes.
Dr. King?
No.
Mr. Moon?
No.
Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
Okay?
Mr. Cindy?
No. All right, the next item on our agenda is we're going to be moving to closed session. And in closed session, we're going to talk about 3 items: personnel issues, collective negotiating matters, and litigation. We were going to move this meeting into our district office over there, so after we adjourn and go into close, we'll be going to the district office. So there's one more chance for visitor statements. Anybody over on this side want to speak? Anybody on this side want to speak? All right, seeing none, do I have a motion to go into closed session?
Resolved that the Board of Education, Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois, hereby enters closed session for the purpose of considering appointment, employment, or dismissal of employees, collective bargaining issues, and litigation.
I have a second?
Second.
Second by who? By Tim Walsh. Mary Ann?
Ms. Ruska?
Yes.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Moon?
Yes.
Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Gritchen?
Yes.
Mr. Cindy?
Yes. Okay, we're going to then move now to the district office, conference room.